beta test for Monster Hunter World kicks off this weekend, allowing PlayStation users from around the world to get an early hands-on with the game. But we were able to play around with the build a couple of weeks ago, hunting in the Ancient Forest and the Wildspire Waste. And simply put, we were pretty blown away with what we played. And we reckon that, even if you've never gotten your paws on a Monster Hunter game before, you owe it to yourself to try this out. Here are 7 reasons it's time to get yourself into Monster Hunter. Well, the first reason is because Capcom's series is amazing and, frankly, you've been missing out. Monster Hunter's been going in one form or another since 2004, and while it's proven hugely popular in its homeland, with sequels and spin-offs coming on a yearly basis, in many ways it's Japan's own Call of Duty, that success has never really translated in the West. More's the pity, because the Monster Hunter games are incredible. They are characterful loot fests, packed with awesome monsters to do a merry dance of death with, all so that you might skin their corpses, craft yourself a new pair of trousers, and go into battle against even mightier beasts. That loop hasn't really changed since the series made its debut on PlayStation 2 all those years ago, but the games have only grown in stature and size until they're now towering adventures of impossible depths, all delivered with Capcom's trademark bawdiness. In short, they're brilliant. So, there's that. But enough about experiences you might have missed the first time around. Monster Hunter World is the first big console outing for the series for an age. Perhaps one of the reasons Monster Hunter hasn't been quite as popular as it could have been in the West in recent years is its host hardware. By the time it had really hit its stride, Monster Hunter was on Sony's PlayStation Portable, while the last 2 generations of the game found themselves on Nintendo's Wii and 3DS. They've never found themselves on the market-leading platform in the West, until now. Even if this is a homecoming of sorts to PlayStation, Monster Hunter World marks the series' first bespoke outing on proper HD hardware, and it also marks quite the leap in production from the more humble 3DS. The result is an extremely lavish game that's several steps evolved from what came before. Essentially, this is Monster Hunter 5, but if you're coming from the 4th game in the series, this may as well be Monster Hunter 6 or 7, so vast are its changes. Monster Hunter World is the first time everyone across the globe has got to play a new Monster Hunter together. Given the popularity of the series in Japan, it's perhaps no surprise that the Monster Hunter games have always come out first in their homeland. Western fans are used to waiting, and sometimes even having to skip entire entries. But now, everyone is on the same page. When Monster Hunter World comes out next month, it'll be the first global release for the series, with everyone being able to play on day 1. Even better, servers are region-free, so everyone will be able to play together on day 1 too, meaning you'll be able to lean on the expertise of some well-versed Japanese players, should you wish, when getting into battle.
The new world.
One of the problems of a series as well established as Monster Hunter is the number of little quirks and eccentricities it picks up along the way, making it all but impossible to get into a little further down the line in the franchise. Why exactly does your player character pause to celebrate every time they down a potion, even when there's a monster bearing down on them? Which of the 14 weapons, each a game in and of themselves, should you start off with, and how exactly do they work? And why on earth do they keep blunting themselves in the middle of battle? Monster Hunter World doesn't exactly lose the bizarre little touches that make the series so lovable, but it does do a much better job of explaining them to the player and ushering them into this peculiar little universe. Even better, it does so much quicker than before too. No longer will you have to spend the first half-dozen hours on pulse-deadening resource hunts, and you'll be smacking the bejesus out of towering beasts in no time whatsoever. Monster Hunter World is thinking about potential new players, and it shows. The series has never been easier to get into. This is the most ambitious and potentially brilliant Monster Hunter yet. The world part in this new Monster Hunters title is about more than Capcom's hopes for global domination. For this game, the environment plays a massive part in how you go about hunting, and there's a new sense of a living, breathing ecosystem, inside of which you're just one of the many predators in search of prey. Kick a poison toad to summon a cloud of toxic gas, lean upon scout flies to lead you to your mark, or just kite a monster into a rock face and watch as they dizzy themselves. Even better, it's now possible to set monsters against one another, meaning you can take down a beast without ever having to get your hands dirty. Get it right, and all you have to do is sit back and watch epic clashes worthy of the greatest kaiju films unfold in a spectacle like no other in games. It's ambitious, brilliant, and doubles down on everything that's great and good about the Monster Hunter series. A funny thing has happened in the years since Monster Hunter first released. Whether consciously or not, its formula of loot-heavy co-op action has become the template for the modern blockbuster. Think Destiny or the forthcoming Anthem and you'll get the idea. Capcom got there first, and not only that, they've worked on perfecting that formula over the years. And in Monster Hunter World, you get to play it in its polished, arguably perfected form. So, despite what you might think, you will have played something like Monster Hunter in the not-so-distant past. Though, it's quite likely you played something that was only ever half as good. You've played other online co-op loot grinds. Now it's time to play the best.
So, how about a toast?
And if you thought all that sounded great, you've heard nothing yet. Sold on the idea of Monster Hunter? Well, consider all of the above and then fold in cats. Palicos have been the beating heart of Monster Hunter for some time. Feline companions that serve up the meals that grant you buffs before a quest and perform all sorts of busy work in the hub world. When it comes to doing battle, you'll also have a Palico to fight by your side. And this time out, they're fully customizable, meaning you can mold them in the shape of your own cat companion at home and then watch in awe as Kitty goes ape on an Anjanath with a small bone hammer. And quite honestly, if that's not enough to get you wanting to play Monster Hunter World, then you're really beyond all help.
That is not good.
Excited for Monster Hunter World? Try the global demo? Let us know your thoughts in the comments and do think about giving us a thumbs up or even subscribing for more Monster Hunter videos from Eurogamer. Thanks for watching. Bye!
Jump! Hey,
You alright?
let's go.
Okay.